Mechwarrior Online patch notes for July 2025. Let's dive right into it. Hi friends, I'm of course still TTB. Let's talk about what's happening to Mechwarrior Online this month. Aside from a copy pasta error, because this is clearly all information from last month, we are talking about the Shadow Hawk IIC pre-order. I already made a video on this particular mech. If you're interested in that, link in the video description. We're getting some extra development renders from Teos to have a look at the mech. Looks pretty good in my opinion. Of course, how well it plays, we'll have to see once we get our hands on it in September. Then, this month, also the announcement for the TSP 2025. If you're not familiar with the Mechwarrior Online Tournament Supporter Packs, these are mech packs with unique mechs with unique paint jobs, and half of the proceeds of this pack will go to the prize pool of the Mechwarrior Online Championship Series. This year is going to be an Urbi, a Black Lanner, a Summoner, and a Gargoyle. And let's go ahead and jump into the screens that were posted on these mechs. Here we have the Urban Mech, and as you can see guys, this Urban Mech is kind of interesting. It has 12 AP Gauss and 2 Plasma Cannons, but it only goes 48 kph. And I think that might actually be the max size engine here, the standard engine 90. I'm not sure about that, but this might be the only engine you can have in this thing, but we'll have to look into that. But looks funny to me. Gets also as a quirk base armor full body plus 30. So this abomination of a mech is going to have insane amounts of armor for a 30 tonner. In fact, this thing has armor that I would say rivals some of the heavy mechs, which is bonkers. But I guess their philosophy here is it's gonna be very slow, so it's gonna be easy to kill. So basically, if there was ever a light mech made just for me, I think this is it. So this should be fun. Definitely looking forward to trying this one out. Plus 30 full body also means that nobody's ever gonna cockpit kill this thing with 48 cockpit armor. Of course, this can all be lowered to add more ammo. Nice paint job, by the way. Okay, moving. By the way, it reminds me a little bit of Tron, the bad guys from Tron. Moving to the next mech, this is the Black Lanner. Comes equipped with a Hag 40 in the right arm, and then micro lasers, 5 to be precise, 1 in the head, 1 in the left torso, and 3 in the left arm. Quirks are 20% ballistic cooldown. Ammo capacity for LB20, AC20, UX20, and Hag. And base armor full body plus 14. Also, looks like this is going to be, like the Urbi, a battle mech with an engine that can be actually exchanged. So that is super interesting. I'm guessing you can exchange this engine. I mean, there's nothing that shows to me that this is fixed, right? It also has a supercharger Mark III fixed in the mech. Also an interesting mech, potentially pretty good. Definitely something that we want to check out, but I will probably run this with a UX20 instead. Or an LB20. Try and make use of that nice ballistic cooldown. Of course, the Hag 40 in itself is also pretty strong. Moving on to the next mech, which is going to be the Summoner P variant. This one is going to come with, okay, I see what's going on here. Triple plasma cannons and 8 AP Gauss, 9 AP Gauss in total. 5 jump jets, 2 in each leg and 1 in the CT. And armor-wise, this thing is not getting any insane armor quirks, which is kind of funny. Like, if you look at those mechs beforehand that we saw, the Black Lanner or the Urbi, those mechs having more armor than the Summoner, it's a little bit bonkers, but okay. The mech comes equipped with 10% ballistic velocity and 5% extra range. Also, 20 structure full body, so that is nice to have, because that also means you can completely lower the head armor. Don't worry, not worry about a double Gauss headshot. Other than that, I mean, the plasmas plus the AP Gauss plus the jumpiness should be fun. However, as you can see from the weapon pods over here, they basically chose to make this mech shoot from its dick. So these are super far down low here. It's gonna be quite hard to make these pods work. But if they work, it could be fun. But this is gonna be quite hard. Alright, and the last one is the Gargoyle. Gargoyle M. How many energy weapons would you like? Yes. Let's see. So we got triple plasmas in the right torso. And then we have a total of 10 ER micro lasers. And the quirks are as follows. 20 extra armor on the CT. 15 on the left torso. Only 5 on the right torso. This is also, as I'm looking at this is going to be a clan Omni-Mech, so this one can actually exchange its Omnipods. Structure CT plus 8, and some extra armor on left arm, left leg, right leg. Plus, it's gonna have jump jets in that left torso. And these are called improved jump jets, whatever that means. They are 2 slots, 4 of them. And it also gets 20% initial thrust of jump jets. I wonder what improved jump jets are, because if I look at this right here, jump distance 36. No idea. Are these going to be jump jets that will let us glide like the Apache or whatnot? A little bit weird, but definitely interesting. Other than that, it looks like a standard run-of-the-mill energy weapon Gargoyle. XL400 engine fixed. So nothing crazy happening here that I could see, aside from the fact that this one will be able to jump. Of course, seeing the quirk on this mech with the jump jets begs the question why the tournament support version of the Zeus, you know, the one with the right torso high mount lasers, has not been fixed yet, because it also came with jump jets but doesn't have extra jump jet thrust or whatnot. So its jump capabilities are very sad and flaccid, and have been ever since it was released. Cauldron, maybe get on that, please. Okie dokie. Now that we've seen the mechs, let's jump into the adjustments and fixes. The Bane has been released for C builds. What can I say about the Bane? Well, it is a match score factory. Specifically, the Bane 1 and other Dakar variants are extremely strong. You gotta have good positioning, you gotta have balls of steel to play it, because this thing is as wide as a barnyard, and not easy to play, but if you're good at the game, you can make some crazy things happen with the Bane. Bug fixes. The stock loadout on the Gauntlet 10C now actually uses the correct ammo type. Okay, who cares? Weapon changes. ATMs are getting changed, and what they are doing is they're making ATMs better. Yes, ATMs are getting buffed. The 2.5 damage bracket goes now up to 300 meters from 245. The 2.5 to 2 damage bracket goes from 245 to 295 up to 300 to 350. The 2 damage bracket now goes to 350 to 600. That's where you do 2 damage per missile hit, up from 295 to 500. 2 to 1.6 damage bracket goes from 600 to 650. Now that is up from 500 to 550, so that's a 100 increase. And then the 1.6 damage bracket now 650 meters to 1100, up from 550 to 1100. What does this mean? You're taking more damage from ATMs at quote-unquote closer ranges being 650 and below. So yeah, everybody who is super excited about their legs being blown off by flying ATM boats, rejoice! It's gonna get even worse. No idea why this needs to be happening, but it's happening. Also, Thunderbolt missile maximum arc height is now lowered from 75 meters to 60 meters to make it harder for Thunderbolts to go around buildings, mountains, and the like. Mech changes. The Javelin 11 Alpha torso yaw range is increased to 120, up from 110. Okay, whatever, who cares? Quirk changes. Lots of changes for the Javelins. The Javelin 10N gets 50% extra missile ammo and 20% missile spread, up from 10%. Nice. 10P, same story, 50% missile ammo and missile velocity 25%, up from 15%. Okay. Alright. Javelin 11 Bravo, missile ammo and 10% missile cooldown, up from 5%. The 11F gets a little bit of extra armor on the arms, plus 8 to be precise. The Javelin 11 Alpha, 7.5% flat heat dissipation, and the Javelin High There Hero Mech, Laser range and missile range removed. Instead it gets 50% missile ammo and 20% flat range. That's also a buff. Hunchback 2Cs. So Ducker Hunchback 2C, 10% ballistic velocity. Nice. And the Hunchback 2C Charlie gets 10% ballistic cooldown. The Gauntlet variants. Let me sum this up. We released the Gauntlet in a way too weak state, so now we're gonna buff it a little bit, which I said was gonna happen. All variants get 10% heat dissipation on the CT. Gauntlet 10 gets an extra 15 armor on the CT, 10% energy heat on the right arm, 7.5% heat dissipation to the right torso on top. Left arm and right arm armor up to 20 from 15, and set of 8 cooldown now 45%. Yeah, you know the mech's gonna be garbage if you have to give this thing a 45% set of 8 cooldown to be doing something. Yikes! And of course, the issue here is you just can't add any weapons, right? You've got 2 weapons to add onto the mech. I mean, what do you expect? 10 Alpha, CT armor, now 30, up from 15. The LRM ammo has been removed, instead it's just gonna be missile ammo, and that's gonna be added to the left torso. And left arm and right arm also get an extra 5 armor. 10 Bravo, 15 extra CT armor, 10 armor to left arm and right arm, and 5 structure to left arm and right arm. I wanted to see like 20 to 30 health on the arms. They gave it 15. Okay. Gauntlet 10 Charlie, CT armor also plus 15, left arm and right arm plus 5. I mean, 15 is nice, but you know, it's not that much. The arms are giant, they get shot so easily. It might be enough, I don't think it is. 7.5% heat dissipation on the 10 Charlie, and ballistic cooldown has been removed from the right arm. Instead it's getting a 15% flat cooldown, that is a buff of course, to the right arm. Timberwolf H, ATM range now reduced. It's only 60% extra from 80% extra. Well, that is good to know that the extra damage ATMs are going to be raining in to just 60% extra range from 80%. Yeah. It's still going to fly way too far. Like ATMs flying further than LRMs, it's just... Gargoyle Alpha, left arm armor plus 5. Okay. Well, there you have it. These are this month's changes. Like I said, couple of cool things in here. I mean, I'm definitely excited about the tournament support pack. Those mechs are generally interesting to play. Some of them can be really, really good. We'll have to wait and see on how good they actually are. We got 2 battle mechs as far as I can see, and 2 omni mechs. Bane being released is definitely a highlight for those of you that don't have the Bane yet. Make sure to grab some of those. And yeah, ATM changes are about as needed as a 3rd leg for Mechwarrior Online, unless there's a 4th. I don't really care. Not sure why this is happening, but it is happening. So yeah, like I said, enjoy getting your legs blown off at in more creative ways moving forward, because as you all know, guys, ATMs tend to be leg-seeking, unfortunately, especially at slightly higher ranges. So yeah, not sure what's up with that, but it's happening. Javelin changes, nice to see. Makes me want to revisit the Javelins. Hunchback 2C, of course, also good. Gauntlet, like I said, just was in need of severe buffs, and the Gauntlet came out a month ago. I don't see anybody playing these mechs anymore. Yeah. Dead on arrival. Hopefully these quirk changes can help revitalize the mech a little bit and make it so that more people enjoy playing them. What are your highlights from this patch, guys? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much, supporters. Couldn't do it without you. If you want to join Team TTB, check out the join button right here on YouTube, super thanks button in the comments section, or of course the links to Patreon or the merch store listed in the video description.